Happy CYBERLUX Army family and moneymakers, welcome back to the channel. We have seen such a massive move in CYBERLUX Corporation. The stock is up 17.05% today. We crossed the level of 3 cents, which was a pretty massive price point in terms of the resistance level. Now we are about 3031. We hit as high as 032 as you see on my screen, and it is a 17% spike in today's trading session. I'm going to cover, this is just the beginning for CYBL. It can go all the way up to 10 cents. We are still in the penny stock season, and there is a ton going on with CYBERLUX Corporation, massive potential. I'll be covering what it takes for CYBL to go to 10 cents from this level. I have been predicting, and we have been talking a ton, covering pretty precisely on a regular basis where CYBL is headed. So don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on some of the time sensitive updates. If you bought CYBL when we spoke about 0174, you almost double your money, and it's just been 1 month. Take a look on December 7th or December 2nd rather, it was 0.0173. We are almost double at the double level, 0.032. We are going to hit very soon 4 cents based on what I see on the chart. RSI, MACD, moving averages looking pretty stunning. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive into what CYBL did today. Take a look. Right now we were trading around 028 and 029 level. We got a push around 2 o'clock Eastern time, and we crossed the 3 level, and we stayed above and closed at 0.031. So that's a pretty massive price point. If you take a look at 5 days, we are up 7% but from the low of 250, we are once again up 25 to 26%, which is once again a massive return for the swing traders if someone is in for swings. Now, if you take a look for 1 month, we made 50%, 55% rather, which means $100 turns into $155. Now, once again, it's up to you how you want to trade. I'm not really financial advisor or certified professional, so do your own due diligence. But what I'm trying to also show you is we were at 1 cent. We hit 660 back in the days, not too long ago in September or at the end of September, October. We were around 660, 6.5 cent, massive run up. Now from this price point, we are going to also hit all-time high, and that will be another chance to double the money. Now there are a ton of catalysts coming up for CYBL. The community is growing. Take a look on their Twitter handle. They joined Twitter in June. We are looking into 9,300 followers on their Twitter handle. There is a ton of catalysts coming up for CYBL. Precisely, they divided themselves into 4 different business segments. The major one is Flight Eye US solution. The second one is Advanced Lighting Solutions. The third one is ITS, that is focused towards technology, strategic IP, so on and so forth. And the last one is the software infrastructure, where CYBL is looking forward to build their SaaS solution to help support their DoD, Department of Defense. Also, the commercial customer that they have, they are trying to also expand their user base or customer base outside of the United States, including South America, and they're doing a ton of innovative stuff. Now in Q1, they are reviewing 2 acquisitions. They're working on closely with US agencies, making sure that they expand their Department of Defense relationship and turn that into revenue making machine, because once again, when you have government contract, it's guaranteed money as long as you provide the services and product up to the standard that they're looking for. They're also working with Boeing L3Harris, their procurement for the advanced lighting solution. They have one of a kind. They're leader in the industry for what they're doing in terms of the LED lighting. Also for infrastructure, they're reviewing ITS acquisition. They're also focusing to expand themselves in Brazil, Panama, and South America region. And at the same time in Q1, Q2, they want to expand into their ongoing US agencies. Acquisition is also in review portion or review part for ISS, which is infrastructure software solution, or the SaaS solution that they're building. They're looking into multi-billion-dollar industry in terms of the market size for 2022 or 2025 rather. but they have aggressive projections in terms of the revenue and profitability. They are holding also next week Q&A. So if you have any questions, reach out to them directly. You can post the comments on or questions using their Twitter handle as well. They're also expecting some of the key executive announcement that they're going to join the team, and they're expecting their next acquisition that they want to announce in January. So this is once again one of the catalysts that you want to keep in mind. One thing that I'm super excited about when I talk about CYBL is the revenue model and what they've expected in terms of revenue. They have 2022 revised revenue guidance, which is up by 47%. They're looking to do 44 to 45 million dollar in revenue for 2022. What I'm interested in figuring out is what is the profitability, how much money CYBLUX is going to make out of that 45 million dollars, which is it's again a $1 million question that I particularly have. They have given us the revised guidance for 2021 revenue, which was up by 27%. My hunch is they're going to exceed their own expectations, which is going to be once again bullish and amazing, which is why I'm bullish about CYBL. Personally, not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence. This is penny stock. Can go either way. It's risk versus reward. You can make 2, 3, 5, 10x return on your investment. On the flip side, you can lose them as well. Second thing you want to remember, it's an OTC traded stock, so not everyone can buy that at this point unless they get listed on NASDAQ. We'll see how that works out, but you want to keep that in mind that a news can spike the price up by 2, 3, 4x. At the same time, if there is a negative news and negative sentiment, it can drop back as well. If you remember what happened today, Tesla skyrocketed, many technology stocks skyrocketed as well. We saw the NASDAQ up 187% or 1.20. Dow Jones was up by 246 points as well, and CYBL, it was the perfect time because they announced some of the great news and they have the strong momentum as we already talked about. I've been covering CYBL CYBERLUX for a long time, so hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. But if you want to also focus into what CYBL up to in Q4, in November revenue estimate, they beat by 37%. In October, they beat by almost 2x, 92%. In Q3 revenue, was up by 613% from their Q2 revenue. Yes, I understand that at that point they were below $1 million mark in terms of the revenue, but it's a pretty strong momentum. I am pretty optimistic about the company. So you want to really figure out what you want to do for your play. Now, if you bought CYBL, once again, I want to go back to the historical price point and I want to show you what precisely CYBERLUX did on December 2nd, which is exactly 1 month in the past. On December 2021, December 2nd, CYBL was 0.0174. So we were below 2 cents level from that price point. If you go to 0.0340, you double your money. Now, there are a couple of ways. If you bought it at that price point when we spoke about it, there are a couple of ways you can make it happen. You can sell 50% of your total investment, which means you double your money, but you sold out 50%. So the money that you have in the game is not your money. It's just the profit that you're putting into the stock, and you can ride for free for a long time and it won't wake you up at night. However, I'd never invest entire portfolio or entire savings that I've set aside for stock investment. What I do is I put in the money that I'm willing to lose. I make profit out of some script and I just invest into CYBL type script, which is once again a massive penny stock that can 10x. Now, if you invested, let's say $200, $300, $500, and if it 10x's, you are looking at $5,000. So $500 turns into $5,000, which is when you hit the home run, but it does not always happen. Also, patience is the key. So it's not going to happen overnight. So you want to consider, you can play in many different ways, but what I'm trying to say is the volume went up. It's almost 59 million plus at the moment, which is double than what we saw on December 31st. Now, one thing you also want to remember is we are in fresh quarter, fresh year, so there are a ton of people who want to invest more. We saw some tax action as well in December, which also impacted the stock market, crypto market, so on and so forth. So it was an expected behavior. Nothing out of norm happened in December, what we see. Now we are back in January. We are still in the penny stock season. We have seen that in the past that the OTC and penny stocks they do pretty well in the first quarter of every year, and then it fades away in the second and third quarter. Now, what you want to remember for this particular stock is this can run 10x from this price point. One thing that you also want to notice if you're new to this stock, and I just wanted to clarify that as well, their market cap is $151 million, which is once again great for this small company, but outstanding share is of a concern or a little bit of area for development for the company itself, that they also mentioned a couple of times that they are exploring options as to what they can do that can benefit their shareholders. Now, their outstanding shares at the moment, 5.7 billion. Authorized share 8.7 billion, which is once again the challenge as to why this can probably this may have hurdles to hit higher and higher levels. But if they double, triple, quadruple the revenue, the way that they're trying to focus on, they want to become a $100 million revenue company. They're targeting $46 million just in 2022, which is 10, 20, 30x the revenue that they did in the past, which is massive. Now, I believe that if this stock price can hit 10, 12, 15 cents, all in all, their market cap can skyrocket, but at the same time, having the outstanding shares, this may also impact the capacity for the stock to go to $1, $2 and beyond, which is why there might be some hurdles to get uplisted on NASDAQ. Now, once again, this is my personal thoughts and opinion, not a financial advice, but this is what I'm thinking precisely for myself when I invest into a company. But good sign is we saw more volume. I've been always telling that whenever we see more volume for OTC, PennyStocks, so on and so forth, the stocks tends to skyrocket, and we have seen that once again. Remember when we did last time 55, 60, 64 million we did on December 9th. After that, we never went above 55 million. Once again, we're getting back into the 60s, so we'll see what the future holds, but I'm pretty optimistic. Look at how the CYBL stock, CYBERLUX stock traded. All in all, take a look once again, month by month, and for week by week rather. So we were at low of right here. I just wanted to quickly show you. We were all the way low to 214. After 214, we started making higher lows and higher highs, which I precisely like to see. Once again, we were at 250, which became a strong support. Once we were here, 243, got back up all the way to 264. Once again, we got back down and we went back up. And now we started making higher and higher and higher highs, which is a great thing. The moving average is 296. We are above the moving average at 0.0310. Now we are looking forward to see when it's going to cross 4 cents level. If you take a look right here on my screen, the moving average for 50 days. Now, if I move to 1 month, you should be able to also see the green candles, which is the buying volume. The red one is the selling volume. Mostly we kept seeing buying volume for last couple of weeks, which is a great sign. If you take a look at the RSI is 58. At this price point, I love to see RSI 58, which means it's not an overbought and not an oversold condition, which can help the stock price out to move into the positive direction once again for the rest of this week. If the market goes up, we are going to see once again a very bullish pattern for CYBL based on RSI, based on the chart that we are seeing. It is making higher and higher and higher lows and higher and higher and higher and higher highs, which is a great thing I want to see. Mostly I like to see on the chart. Now, if you take a look at the short volume ratio on December 31st was 17.23 when the stock was making higher moves. When we had 7.3 million volume, as you see on my screen, we're looking at the short volume of 1.2 million. Now, this is once again OTC traded stock. We tend to see that there are some issues. Actually, I was showing you the wrong chart. I was showing you for ILUS. Let's go back to CYBL, and I wanted to quickly show you what the chart looks like, and I thought that was a low volume. That's how I figured it out. But take a look what happens with CYBL. Very similar story. It's 27.14 on December 31st with 30 million volume. We saw the short volume of 8.2 million. Once again, before that, we saw 25.86, 17.27, 19.20, so on and so forth. What I wanted to say is, even though the stock is making higher moves, we saw the short volume remains pretty low, which means the short sellers believe that CYBL can go higher and higher and higher. Or in other words, short sellers are not really interested trading in this stock because there could be the short squeeze, and they know that it is on the radar for people, so they're going to play it accordingly as well. I just wanted to share this information and today's update with all of you. Hope you like this. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.